dogs, help! Hoo, 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 hoo. Alright, Salad Ventures fam, welcome to another episode right here as we talk about the latest upcoming NFT excitement known as Cypher. My name is AngryLamb88. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. We have been creating a lot of Axie Infinity content. We have also dabbled in the Mines of Delania, another exciting NFT game, so make sure to check out those videos. But this one around the corner once more is Cypher. What you see here is an Enus race character. Basically, it's a dog character in a PvE and PvP world where you can actually earn tokens by defeating specific monsters and of course other players. And of course, this will allow you to enjoy the very best of your character, his abilities, his weapons in a MOBA setting, multiplayer online battle arena. Alright, so we can see right now that this is from their Twitter page. And it's something, it's definitely a page you want to follow so you can get all their latest updates. I scrolled down to get this running video and there's so much more to enjoy. But essentially, we're going to dive into what Cypher is all about. Alright, so what we have here, in fact, is the Cypher Atlas, which the link will be posted in the description below to give you a full understanding of what this is about. Alright, but basically, there is a world of Cypheria here, of course, where you're going to focus on fighting and exploration and open world social game concept on the Ethereum blockchain, which will allow you to do adventure and arena. Yes, I know, sound familiar, right? So basically you need to acquire, level up, and fight with your Cypher characters. And then you will have two options of coins, which will be the Aether and the Cypher. Alright, so if I were to give you a very easy translation, the Aether can be earned from PvE and PvP, SLP, and your Cypher can also be purchased, alright, to allow you to purchase cosmetic items and yada yada, EXS. So, with all of this together, right, basically you are looking to collect as many of these units as possible, but here's the thing, you only need one, right? You only need one Cypher to play, alright? Some of you might be wondering, how do we go about exactly in regards to getting more of these Cyphers, alright? The Cyphers, in fact, can be cloned, alright? So in order for you to do that, you need to get a Vessel Core, and this can be earned while playing the game. So when you get the Vessel Core, you can clone your existing Cypher, and it will give you a certain chance to get another Cypher with a different trait, and some of them, of course, are going to be more rare, alright? So in order for you to get a Vessel Core, you will need to participate in events, airdrops, stake your Cypher tokens, and completing PvE quests and PvP battles. But essentially, let's talk about the characters, alright? So we got the Enus here, which is the first one that has been launched already, and it's basically the dog race. Now, the dog race will consist of the Canis, the Bio-Z, the Cyborg, and the Cosmic, alright? And they all have different abilities to give you that advantage in battle. So this Canis, he's basically the standard of the dogs, alright? He's got, you know, +1 movement speed, he's got recover hit points, cure all status effects. I'm assuming this is like a purge, a purification, a Bidens, if you will. And he even has the ability to increase his attack speed for 1.5 seconds, alright? So just very, very standard stuff. And then of course you have this cool looking guy, which doesn't really sit well with me because it's so icky. I'm not a big fan of like zombie infected kind of classes, alright? But it's still cool, don't get me wrong. It's just not my thing. But this guy, he has a very Nyx kind of vibe, you know, the character from Dota. He's got the face that looks like it, obviously. He's got lifesteal. He can even regenerate a damaged body part, which obviously recovers his hit points. And he can even poison. Opponents as well. So definitely a very interesting character. The Cyborg, now this is to more of my liking, alright? This is your Terminator style. So I like it. It's clean, it's crisp, it's metallic, it's cool. But more importantly, this guy is more like a bruiser, right? He's really tough, and you can see that they will encourage you to use melee weapons. So from what I can gather, right, your Cypher is the character, but how you equip him, that is also up to you as well. So you can put a gun in his hands, or you can put a sword in his hands. But essentially, you want to tailor him according to his traits, to his skills. All right. Well, at the same time, you know, he does have increased damage from melee, but you can see that he actually can charge his weapon to increase his attack range. So he doesn't need to be a melee character, and he can even have the utility of hooking a character closer to him. So he gives me a very Clockwork vibe, you know, that character from Dota, and it's quite an interesting one to look out for. Last but not least, the rarest of the Enus is going to be the Cosmics, alright? And basically these guys are something like a mage class, right? They are very heavy on the utility, so you can see that he has Time Warp, he's able to go back in time. What a brilliant skill, right? Imagine you're just about to pop, or someone's about to burst you down and you just go back 2 seconds and you're back to full health. You can completely change the time of the battle there in that MOBA setting, and then go invisible for 1.5 seconds, you know? And even push enemy characters by force of will further away. So this, like force stuff, right? You can actually invisible behind your opponent and then push him towards your team, alright? And then you can even go back in time 2 seconds later so that you return to that original spot where you started out. So then your team is surrounding this poor guy that just got telekinesis pushed to you. So then, yeah, very fun. And he's the rarest out of the entire lot, alright? Because if you can see here on OpenSea, the Enus are already minted and are on sale. 10,000 Enus, the first ever species. Alright, and of the rare sub-race traits that are available are in fact 1,500 for the BIOS, 1,000 for the Cyborg, and 500 for the Cosmic. Alright, I'm actually not sure whether the first one here is in fact a Cosmic, because if you look at him, right, he has the hat. Right, he does have the hat, and he's currently the floor. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking about putting down a bid, right, I say why not. It's probably still early days because it's still 2 days and 5 hours away from the sale ending, so maybe people are just gonna spend a little bit more then. But in any case, right, you can see that some of these other options, right, the Cyborgs that I'm talking about, looking at 1.8 Ethereum, 0.6 Ethereum for another Cyborg, the BioZ here at 0.5. This guy's pretty cute. As for a standard Enu, he's at standard Khan is at 0.49. So they are all available for sale here, and they have different pricings based on their rarity, right? But essentially all you need to do is to get that one, all right? Get one of the Enus, alright? That will allow you early access to the game. I'm going to talk more about that in a bit. Let me get back to the characters, right? And now that we have talked about the Enu, you would notice that the Neko is also now being brought forth to the public eye. Now, the Neko, in fact, is the whitelist actually confirms today, right? So for all those who have already gotten at least 3 Enus, right? You can see that's part of the Guildmaster program. It's something like where they encourage you to be a manager, obviously, so that you could possibly hand out these ciphers to other players in the near future. So you can see that for the tier 1, right, the 3 Enus that you have will grant you a private sale slot. So I honestly am quite new to this, but I'm assuming that throughout the whole whitelist process, there were community giveaways for the slots, competitions as well, that allowed some maybe owners of 1 or even just 2 Enus, right, to even get a private sale slot. But if you have 3, it guarantees you the slot itself. And then for those who have 6, will be able to have the Neko Recruit and also the Neko Private slot as well. Alright, so you can see here, private sale slots, right? Alright, and the Cypher Recruits is something that I am not too clear of, right? I'm not too sure what is the difference. So maybe for the recruits, right, you just need to pay for gas, and then for the sale slots, right, you need to pay a higher price. So obviously the Neko recruit is going to cost you a lot less, right? And if you happen to get a rare one, then it's going to be huge gains for you, obviously. And then you have the high table where you have 10 Enus. They let you mint 2 recruits, and they let you buy 2 Nekos as well. So this is the whole gist of it. So eventually, as part of the Guildmaster program, encouraging people to be managers and all that, this page is going to be full of another set of ciphers, right? It's going to be full of another set of ciphers, those that are listed anyway, right? Because right now, it is only the Enus that are available for sale, all right? And again, for the Nekos, right, you have the Phyllis, the Synthetic, the Crystallis, and the Face Walker. Those are just the 4 different types as well. And of course, we talked about it very briefly earlier about the cloning, all right? So if you have the original, you have a chance of getting something. You get a chance of generating more of the rare ones if you're holding on to the rare ones. So I would say that if you have a decent amount to invest and you are excited about this game, because it looks really, really good, right? And I think they have developed this structure very, very well, where I think that if you could invest in either one of the rarer ones, I think that would be a huge boon for you. Because if you think about it, right, I haven't done a lot of understanding yet, but it doesn't seem that there is a limit to cloning, right? So you could clone as many times as you want, as long as you have many vessel cores, and you might end up getting that infected 10% chance, right? And that's when you get really happy, because that's going to be rare. If you don't have the Genesis Cypher for infected, cyber, or cosmic, you are never going to be able to breed them on your own. You're never going to be able to clone them on your own. So this is a definite time for you to jump in if MOBA is your scene, if you really like the theme of the game. I really think it's super cool, right? The whole cyberpunk theme is huge right now. And of course, the animals are cute. And you'll be surprised, right? Remember we talked about the Neko being launched? I'm sure some of you would have noticed already. The birds are going to get launched too. The bulls are going to get launched too. And there are lizards and dragons as well. Tokage and Doragons, right? So this is insane. There's going to be a ton of options. And you want to get in as a Genesis Cypher, all right? Because you see, the primary benefit of owning a Genesis Cypher is that you'll be the ones that begin the creation of the other non-Genesis Cyphers. You are the one that's cloning for the world, right? Things similar to Axie, yeah, of course. So you have the origin, you get to breed, and you are in first, all right? Early days, all right? And no other characters after these Genesis Cyphers will look like yours in the game, all right? They're gonna be so unique. So can you imagine how much these Genesis Cyphers are gonna be worth down the road, right? Past half a year on, people are never gonna get them again. It's just like Origin or Mystic Axies. This is huge, all right? So, and then you also get early access to the game, which is nice, and it's also available in Order of Species. So, meaning to say that if you minted or bought an Inu, right, you will get to play before the Nekos, and then the Nekos will play before the Tories will play before the Burus, so on and so forth, all right? So, you want to get at least one Inu, right? You want to get at least one Inu so that you can get the game early on. And there's also spaceships, which are really cool mounts that you can use to fly around the world. So this part is also very exciting. It's another NFT. And there's also the Comic Mint Pass as well. Alright, all this again can be found in the Atlas itself. Alright, so for the gameplay wise again, right, you can see that the maps will have tiles, and then you have to go over them, watch out for debuffs, yada yada, and make sure that you can compete with your fellow ciphers. And there's a lot more there in regards to the guilds and all that. But essentially just imagine a Brawl Stars arena with your ciphers running around and attempting to beat the other team into submission, alright? Okay, so by no means am I doing a promotion for Cypher right now, alright? So please do your own research, alright? I am here, Cell Adventures is here on our free will to give you the awareness about this amazing opportunity that is coming up in the very near future, all right? And at the end of the day, all that we have discussed in this video is for you to get that understanding that now is the time for you to get in on the ground floor. Right? Time to get in on the ground floor, because these Genesis Enus are up for sale. There are only 10,000 of them, and from this day forth, if you want to get an Enu, you are going to get a cloned version. Alright? There are never ever going to be pure Genesis Enus again. Alright? So think about it. If you are cool with the game concept, if you are cool with the theme, that is our recommendation to you. Alright? So with that, thank you so much for watching the video. We're going to give you more updates in regards to Cypher in the very near future. Don't forget to give us a subscribe, like the video of course if you enjoyed it, so that we can continue churning out more content for you. And of course, here's to all of you as we reach for the moon together. And of course, we're going to be looking forward to what Cypher is going to give us. Who let the dogs out? Who?